This is an example in which we can use our Nspire calculator to solve a system of equations. This problem comes from the 2018 STAR test. The problem reads, the table of order pair represents some points on the graphs of lines Q and V. So this is line Q. These are the points that are on that line, must be on that line, and the points that must be on line V. The question is, which system of equations is represented by lines Q and V? So all of our answer choices are in systems of equations, two equations. So we must graph these equations and see if they have those points correspond to our table of values here. So let's do that. I'm going to go and pick option G here. So I'm going to graph that first equation, 3x minus y equals negative 27. So come over here, start with a new menu, a new document, graph. Now, that was in standard form. We can't graph it as y equals or f of x. So I had to delete, go to relations. The equation is 3x minus y. So 3x. Now, in this case, make sure you pick the y symbol, the minus symbol, I'm sorry, minus y equals, and it says negative 27. So now we have to pick up the negative sign. Notice the difference between the two, and I hit enter. As I do that, we get this line. But of course, we're looking for values that correspond to x and y values. So you might think we can look at a table since we're given a table. So I go to table, and you can see that this display is not available. It is not available because we graphed this as a relations. If we had graphed it as y equals or f of x, we would be able to see a table. But we do have another option. We can go to menu, we can go to trace, and graph trace. Graph trace goes to our line, and it starts at the y-intercept. When x is 0, our corresponding y value is 27. If we go back and look at our equation and we graph option G, we're looking when x is negative 9 is our y value 0. When x is negative 3 is our y 18. 2, 33. So let's go to our calculator and check those. Now remember, we're in graph trace. So our first one we want to check was a negative 9. So I go negative 9. And you notice there it just populates. X is equal to negative 9. Hit enter. And it gives you the corresponding y value. When x is negative 9, x is negative 9, our y value is 0. Let's check the other values. The next value we need to check when x is negative 3. You see it on the bottom, hit enter. When x is negative 3, our y value is 18. That also matches our table. The last value we need to check is 2. When x is 2, hit enter. Our y value is 33. And if we look back, those exactly match. So this equation represents the points in our line Q. So that is our correct answer choice. That other equation does not show up anywhere else. So in reality, we're done. But let's just check. If we were to graph the second equation, we should be able to see all these points. So it's good practice and to verify our answer. So let's go back to our calculator. Let's just start with the brand new document as we graph that second equation. Again, it's in standard form, so we're going to delete this, go to relations. The equation we want to graph is x plus 2y equals 16. And we hit enter. And we can see our line there, but again, we know that we can't get a table of values, but we can use our graph trace. So we're going to go trace, graph trace, and we want to check our points. The first point on that line is a negative 4 that we want to check. When x is negative 4, what's our y value? It is 10, and that matches our table. How about when x is 0? You can see it populates. Hit enter. When x is 0, the corresponding y value is 8. And how about 10? So when x is 10, I'm just typing the number in. You can see the corresponding y value is 3. If we went back to our problem, we graph that second equation, we can see these values. So we see our answer choice indeed is G.